Hello everyone, BLACKNEND here. I know it's been a while since I've uploaded something. My life has just been really busy. But now I was able to put some free time aside to do a video. Now, I just wanted to take a moment to share with you some of my most favorite games of all time. This was not an easy list to make, so I based it on fun factor, replay value, and personal experience playing them. Now, I just want to make a disclaimer here first. This whole list is just my opinion. There's no such thing as an official top 10. If your opinion is different, which it most likely is, feel free to share your top games in the comments section below. I would love to hear yours. Now without further ado, let's get into it. Number 10. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3, The Manhattan Project. Growing up watching the original cartoon, I was a die-hard fan of Ninja Turtles. Being so, I obviously enjoyed the video games even more. And this is one of the games I played as a child. The levels were great, the music got me so pumped up, and I loved that each turtle had their own special move so that they could stand out from each other. It was Ninja Turtles at their finest. Plus, it was even better when you played alongside one of your friends, who helped you fight your way through the challenging levels to get to the Shredder. And once you've beaten him, it was all worth it in the end. Number 9. Grand Theft Auto 3. Now, a lot of you would probably choose 5 or San Andreas. While I do feel they are both great games, 3 is the one I got the most satisfaction from playing. It had lots of memorable characters, was full of challenges, and really stood out during the time it was released. It was the first GTA to be in a 3D world, which also helped revolutionize the gaming industry as a whole. The main story was great, and there were a lot of side quests that you were able to do in order to earn some extra cash and weapons in the game. There's also a lot of hysterical quotes that you'll hear the police and pedestrians say. The only bad thing I could say about it is the fact that you can't swim. But aside from that, it's one of Rockstar's best works of all. Number 8. Jungle Strike. I feel this is a very underrated game and should be more appreciated. Now, Desert Strike was the first game in the series, and that was a good game. But Jungle Strike took everything that was great about Desert Strike and made it better. This game added more scenery and more vehicles to drive rather than just the helicopter. You could drive a motorcycle, as well as pilot a hovercraft, and even a stealth fighter. The missions are really challenging, but they also are a lot of fun. There's also a mission that takes place at night, and the explosions just light up the night sky. So awesome! Jungle Strike is just incredible from start to finish. And once you've stopped the Drug Lord and the Madman, it was so satisfying to taste victory in the end. Number 7. Vector Man. This was a great game for its time. You take control of an Orbot, Vector Man, and run and gun your enemies down while jumping across various platforms. And in between the main levels, there would sometimes be a little mini-boss you've had to take out in order to advance. There were also power-ups that Vector Man could grab so he could shapeshift into other objects, like a drill, a bomb, a fish, and even a car. Spectre Man was also one of those characters that defined the word cool. In fact, he was so cool that he even got a sequel, which was a great game as well. I would really love for Sega to bring this character back, but not like what they tried to do with the PS2 version. And the less we mention that, the better. Number 6. Ape Escape 2. When the first Ape Escape was released in 1999, it was an amazing game. It wasn't until the sequel came out 3 years later that really raised the bar for the franchise. Ape Escape 2 added boss monkeys with the Freaky Monkey 5, a new main character, and lots of collectibles to get. With all the new gadgets they added like the banana ring, electromagnet, and water cannon, it really tested your skills to see how well you could solve all the levels puzzles in order to grab every ape you could. The original game also didn't age very well, but the sequel did. It still holds up today. Taking care of monkey business has never been so exciting. Number 5. Sonic the Hedgehog. When I first got my Sega Genesis, this was the first game I played, and I was blown away. The one thing Sonic is known for is speed, and who doesn't love a game where you go fast? Sonic is such a simple game to play, but that's what makes it so great. Each world is diverse from one another, starting with the vivid Green Hill Zone, all the way to the dingy Scrap Brain Zone. And each level gets more challenging as you go, all while trying to stop Dr. Robotnik from accomplishing his evil schemes. The game also has 6 different emeralds you'll have to collect throughout your journey in order to get the good ending to the game, and bring back life to Green Hill Zone. Sonic was a great jumpstart for Sega, and continues to be loved by gamers to this day. Number 4. Batman Arkham City. Batman is my favorite DC superhero, and he also has one of the greatest collection of villains in all comics. So what would be a better way to entertain people than to put them all in a video game? The first one, Arkham Asylum, was great, but it was very linear and didn't have a huge replay value after you completed the main story. Arkham City, however, had all these post-game challenges that kept you going back to it. The city allowed you to explore it for hours, with lots of side quests and Riddler challenges to complete. Plus, the addition of adding the ability to play as other characters, such as Catwoman, Robin, and Nightwing, was awesome. And they all played a little differently too, so it didn't feel like a copy and paste character. Also, while I was playing, I really felt like I was Batman. It was an amazing experience and continues to be each time I play it. Number 3. Banjo-Tooie. Now, to be honest, I actually played Banjo-Tooie first. When I realized this was a sequel, I went back and played Banjo-Kazooie. I loved Banjo-Kazooie, and while it's a great game, Tooie wowed us with even bigger worlds, level bosses, more transformations, and a new set of moves for the bear and bird. Also, unlike Kazooie, Tui's levels actually connected with one another, making it easier to travel to each level without having to go back to the hub world each time. Some of the Jiggies required you to backtrack as well, giving you a reason to revisit that level. Plus, being able to play as Mumbo was a huge bonus. There's also a lot of replay value in Tui, allowing you to replay bosses and minigames from the main story, unlike Kazooie, which had hardly any post-game content at all. Banjo-Tooie was the sequel that was bigger, better, and even more fascinating. Number 2. Halo 3. I'm sure any of my friends are not surprised by this one. I've been a diehard fan of Halo since the first game came out in 2001. Combat Evolved had an amazing story, but it wasn't that great with multiplayer with its bad spawn points. Halo 2 improved on the multiplayer part, but Halo 3 knocked it out of the park. It was the first Halo game to revolutionize the series by adding armor customization, new game types, being able to play as different characters in campaign, rewatching your gameplay in theater, and even the ability to create your own maps. Halo 3 is also the game that got me to start doing these YouTube videos when Machinima was big. This game had me glued to my TV set, and I also met many great friends through it as well. Halo 3 has become a part of my life's history, and I wouldn't change any of it. Now I know some of you are probably scratching your heads asking, well, BLACKNED, since Halo isn't your number one favorite game, what is? But before I get to number 1, I would like to show some honorable mentions, games that almost made my list. Here's a few of them. Number 1. Donkey Kong 64. This game was amazing. After playing Donkey Kong Country on the Super Nintendo, I thought it couldn't get any better. But I was so wrong. Donkey Kong 64 allowed you to explore the DK and Mechanical K. Rool Islands, along with many distinctive worlds, from the greens of Jungle Japes to the gloomy dark corridors of Creepy Castle. There were also 5 different Kongs to play as, and each had their own set of unique moves, requiring you to play as all of them to complete the game. This is especially needed once you reach K. Rool's hideout at the end of the game. All the Kongs will need to work together in order to reach the end. And there are so many things you'll need to collect along your journey. You have golden bananas, regular bananas, banana fairies, battle crowns, boss keys, and much, much more to gather. Plus, there are even bonus stages and mini games you can play after beating the main game, including the original Donkey Kong arcade from 1981. I could replay this game again and again and never be bored. And if Nintendo decides to hop aboard the remastered train, I would love to see this game as one of them. And I'll be first in line to get it. So, that's my top 10, everyone. Hope you enjoyed it. Do you agree with any of my choices? What would you change for your list? Let me know. And until next time, this is BLACKNEND signing off. Peace out.